Look at Penny.
He's just worried about all these mice that keep running around in here. And now we brought the dog up, and the dog didn't follow the mice. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Thank you for joining us for episode 4 of Mice in the Attic. I am your host, Alex Carle, and this is the show where we introduce you to new and up-and-coming musicians by streaming their performances live from the attic of our studio here at Tonal Vision in Baltimore, Maryland. As always, I encourage you to please share and like this video. That helps us out. And please feel free to comment and ask questions in the comments section below, and I'll get them over to our artist. Today we have Keiron Brian Raphael, an alternative artist who is about to work on his very first album. Why don't you come on in?
Hey everybody, hey.
Hey, great to have you.
Hey, what's going on?
Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Penny
Hey,
loves
excuse
you.
me, Penny.
Penny loves you.
So why don't you, I'm gonna move your stuff
Sure
here.
thing.
Joey.
We've got the two dogs with us. I don't know if they're in frame, but we got them. So, Brian, thank you for coming on. Why don't you tell everybody at home a little bit about yourself, give them an introduction, and let us know what's going on with this first song of yours.
Hi guys, I'm Keiron Brian Raphael. It's good to be here. Really appreciate Alex and his crew doing this for us because Baltimore definitely needs some more local venues like this to just kind of promote local musicians. This first song I'm going to play is called I Am. It was written quite a few years ago, but I'm bringing it back because it was written at a time in my life where I was very full of angst, and it was, the world was just a bad place in my mind at the time, so instead of griping about it, I want to write a song about it.
Seems like a more productive way of dealing with it.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting all stressed out, just pick up the guitar, you know?
Well, I'm gonna let you get to it, man. Show us what that angst sounds like.
Deal. Appreciate you. It's a given we lie, it's not hard to see. We deceive as we will, but it's fine. Depends on intent, neither black nor white. But we blur all the lines. Wear ourselves down, then justify. And believe that it's so. Lesson learned in time, we grew bored with the same old things that we've known all our lives. And I am leaving before too long. Hurry up and go, leaving troubles behind. I am cornered, I am restless, thinking about this life. They say all in good time. All our lives. It's not all that bad, we can learn to see. We control all the right. I'm telling you the truth, we grew bored with the constant lies that we hold to survive. With the same old things that we've known all our lives. And I am leaving before too long. Hurry up and go, leaving troubles behind. I am cornered, I am restless, thinking about this life. They say all in good time, but it may take all our lives. It's not all that bad, we can learn to see. We have not lost the fight, set aside damning endeavors of all degrees. Time to take back our lives. I'm leaving before too long. Hurry up and go, leaving troubles behind. I am cornered, I am restless, thinking about this life. They say all in good time. They may take all our lives. And
was awesome.
Thank you very much, brother.
Wonderful selection to start with. So, I understand that you are going to be going into the studio this upcoming Monday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To begin working on this new album. That's exciting, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's been a long time since I've been in an actual studio, so this is a great opportunity for me, and I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Is that song that we just heard, I Am, going to be?
Most
I Am
assuredly.
is?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I wanted to put that down. I recorded it a long time ago, and it just didn't really feel it. And after all these years of me finally getting back in the studio, I really want to put that one back on there for sure. It meant a lot to me when I wrote it, so it's time to bring that out to people.
Okay. How many songs do you think we're gonna have on the album?
I'm shooting for more of an EP style, so maybe I'm shooting for maybe somewhere between four and six the most. Probably let's say four.
Let's say four?
I've solidified four that are going to be.
Okay, wonderful.
Sure. Yeah.
And they're all written.
All written by me. All written by me. You know, some of them are new, or some of them are, like I said, bring a couple back, but. Again, not so many people haven't heard my originals, and it's going to be brand new for everybody, so it's going to be awesome.
So when you say you're bringing some songs back, like, back from how far are we talking?
One of them I wrote, I'm actually going to play for you today, it's called Falling for Lois, and I wrote that back in, like I say, 2006.
Okay.
So it's a
Wow.
long time ago. I
Yeah.
never actually put that one down anywhere, so like that song was always in my heart as well, so I want to get that back on for everybody.
Man, that's going to feel good to
It's gonna
finally
feel
like, get
real
out
good.
there, man.
It's going to feel
wonderful.
great.
How did you get into writing in the first place?
Pretty much, I've always been a poet, I guess, writing down poems, little short stories my whole life. But when I was 14, my buddy picked up the guitar, and I loved it. So I finally picked up the guitar myself. I had a couple friends teach me, and that way I had a venue to put all these thoughts in my head on an actual piece of paper. So once I learned a couple chords on the guitar, I was off to the races, man.
That's awesome. And when did you say about that was, when you received the guitar?
Probably about 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is awesome,
So
man.
yeah, so I've been dabbling with it since then, but I didn't really get good at it until I was about 18 or so, college time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where were you at college?
Frostburg State University.
There it is.
That school.
What's their mascot?
Bobcat.
Go Bobcats.
Absolutely. Come on now, go
Frostburg.
Bobcats.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about this next song that you're going to play for us?
All right, this next song is actually going to be the one I was talking about. It's called Falling for Lois. At the time, it was about a girl. Very into her, but she didn't really respond well.
Didn't fall back.
It didn't click as was, but I mean, in my mind, you write, you feel some things, and it doesn't really have to be like what's actually happening at the time. I felt something, and Lois Lane's one of my favorite characters. I'm a Superman fan. I'm a bit of a nerd, so excuse me. So this song's about, Superman falling for Lois Lane.
Oh, very
and not
cool.
necessarily being immediately received.
Nice. All right, I'm excited to hear it.
All right, the song's called Falling for Lois. I heard her cry out as she started to fall. Be the hero for tonight. Waiting little task I cannot afford to let her fall. Mine. Take it easy sometimes. There's no shame in saying help me son. She is strong, but can she overcome the storm inside again? Running after stories no one wants to hear, fading laughter leaves me where I've always feared. questions for tonight. Waiting round until I hear the call to save her life. Yeah. Flying faster through the city lights. I clear my head of all my silent hope. That someday she'll take a second look through my disguise. Yeah, running after stories no one wants to hear. Fading laughter leaves me where I've always been. Morning after, cup of coffee, know my name. She never wanted any Superman. I'll save you all the same. Anytime, he said, falling for Lois. Anytime, he said, falling for Lois. Anytime, oh, he said, I'm falling for Lois. Anytime, oh, he cried out, falling for Lois. Falling for Lois. Falling for Lois Lane. Falling for Lois. Falling for Lois Lane.
Woo!
Thank you guys very much.
Oh man, I can tell you already, I'm gonna buy this EP as soon as it's available. That was great. That
Appreciate
was
you,
really
buddy.
great.
Appreciate you.
Oh man, I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, this is great, man. This is absolutely great.
So while I was back there listening to you for that song and the one you played before, I know that you identify or describe yourself as an alternative rocker, but I'm hearing like a lot of other elements in it. Like I'm getting some reggae, I'm getting some like folk, yeah, rock's definitely in there. But I want to know like where are all these different elements coming from? Because it's hard to, you know, I can't place it in one genre or another. It seems.
I appreciate that. Actually, it's probably because I was born in Trinidad and Tobago in the West Indies, and I moved to Little Rock, Arkansas when I was 8 years old. Lived in Little Rock, Arkansas from 8 to 15, and then I moved to Baltimore when I was 15. So I was technically immersed in the musical cultures of literally 3 completely different regions: the Caribbean, the Deep South, and the East Coast. And that added quite a bit to my mental state of being. I mean, it's 3 completely different regions. Some similarities as far as like background in the music, but like you got the soca calypso in the West Indies. You got the bluegrass, you got the country down in Little Rock, Arkansas, in the South, and then you come to Baltimore, you get more of the rock and even more some bluesy elements to it. So I mean, wouldn't just dipping into some of these. I was actually living and growing up in these areas, which I spent quite a few years in each, and I've been in Baltimore since I was 15. So.
Oh man.
3 completely different regions that's kind of smashed together in this one guy right here. So.
Well, that would explain the different elements and the different sounds. Do you remember who specifically you were listening to when you were growing up in Trinidad?
In Trinidad, it was primarily I didn't even really hear what I would call American music, I guess, until I got to America. Down there, you hear a lot of people are covering a lot of American songs. So like Under the Boardwalk was one of the songs I remember. Oh, okay. But I heard it as a calypso soca version instead of just
neat.
like. So when I heard the real version, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like so, I mean, so. Once I got to Little Rock, Arkansas, though, my entire world expanded because I met a kid at 8 years old, and his uncle listened to Aerosmith, Queen, and Stone Temple Pilots. So suddenly I went from straight Caribbean music to some of the greatest rock bands I've ever heard of in my whole life, and that immediately changed, and it added a lot to my mental state as far as the music and the music I would inevitably come to play.
Yeah, that is a huge change. I
It's
mean, it's
crazy,
something,
man.
I guess it's something that people that are born in America can really take for granted, like the fact that we're around certain types of music, but other people growing up in other places, are exposed to a completely different style.
Absolutely.
And that is really cool.
Yeah, it's helped out a lot. It's broadened my horizons as far as the things I like listening to on my own personal time too. Not just one area. I listen to almost every single kind of music that I come across.
Well, I bet you do, especially being, around all these different types for so long.
Absolutely, man.
What's this next song you got for us?
This next song is it's called Demo Perceptions. It's a song about basically not really judging people for what you believe they are, but just like kind of sitting back and letting people be who they are. Just get to learn people, get to know them, and then that's pretty much what the song started out as, So
that's
I'll go
awesome.
from there, yeah.
I think that's a message we can all get behind.
Okay.
All right, everybody, enjoy.
The song's called Demo Perceptions. Girl come down from heaven, pour them troubles over and over again. She finds she loves the wrong man. She finds she bound to win one day, so firm she stands. She comb her hair, more like fountains. Desperate fools like me now rush to find her favor. A peace of mind I want no. Yeah, to ease the pain and pressure born from Absalom. Oh Lord, come down, save the soul of I. Lord, come down. I wanna know your reason why. A wiser man would find out the way inside her door without a rash confession, accepting her decision. All I thought forever. So I take my time. I take a long, long time to write these words I sing to her when the gone the present. When will eyes be open? Yeah, when will blindness free our minds from the old perceptions? Oh Lord, come down, save the soul of I. Oh Lord, come down, I wanna know your reason why. Oh Lord, come down, save the soul of I. Lord, come down. I wanna know your reason why. Yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Thank you very much, man.
Can you remind me the name of that one?
Dem All Perceptions.
Demo Perceptions. I like
Yeah.
it. Like OL apostrophe.
That's it.
Got
exactly.
it. Okay. At first I thought it was one word that you were saying. I'm like, that's got to be like French or something. I don't know what demo means.
Yeah, what is demo? Yeah, I blend my words. My apologies.
No, never apologize for your art. For those of you watching from the Baltimore area, you may recognize Keiron as the host of the Wednesday night open mic at High Tops Bar and Grill in Timonium. He also plays all over town in a bunch of different venues. But as far as High Tops goes, how long have you been doing that now?
I celebrated my 10th year anniversary as the host of open mic night just last month, actually. It was a great time. Yeah, I've only missed. I started with a buddy of mine named Adam Braverman. We started kind of together, but then as years went by, I took it over. And I mean, I've seen. Couldn't tell you how many artists have come through, from brand new artists just starting their first songs ever, playing in front of people, to full bands have been playing in the area, just want to stop by and see what it's all about. So it's been a blessing because I've gotten, again, another opportunity to immerse myself in tons of different kinds of music. Even last 2 nights ago, actually. Yeah, actually last night we had hip hop came through. We had reggae come through. I used to have like break dancers and even ventriloquists. I've had almost everything under the sun, in addition to quality musicians that come through all the time. I've got regulars. Never had a mime. You can be the first if you want to be.
See you Wednesday, Craig.
Yeah. But no, High Tops open mic night. High Top has been a blessing, and I love those guys up there. The whole staff's always been great. And since I have music twice a day, every day, being an open mic host, I get to not only have a nice little fountain of artists I can always rely on to come on in and just make amazing music. Gotta support that local act, man. You got to.
Well, you know, I gotta say, and I'm not just saying this, High Tops Open Mic is one of my favorites around town. I've been
really
to plenty of them,
appreciate
but man, you just do such a good job. You keep things rolling. You keep it a good environment. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I was there last night and had a blast.
Yes, it was a good night last night.
It's always a good night. It's always a good night. And
Yeah.
you've only missed, what, 3 times, 4 times? The
4
whole
times
time?
in 10
In
years.
10 years.
2 for snow and 2 just happened to be St. Patrick's Days where my band was playing at the time.
So, like, can you even consider that a miss?
No, I'm gonna call it twice.
And in those 10 years, I gotta know, because you told me that you had some. Give me some crazy stories from High Tops.
Oh man, I had one guy come in. He was completely dressed in leather jacket, leather pants.
You know that?
He came in the door, and you know, no shade on what he was wearing, but he came in like ready to go. Like you can tell he was amped up. He wanted to know what his time slot was, and I was like, oh, but this guy's he's ready to go. But once his turn came, I realized he had no instrument. So I'm like, all right, so do you need to borrow a guitar? Did you bring something in the car? He's like, no, I got this a cappella. I'm like, all right. The guy comes in, and I kid you not, he started to do Queen, which is obviously one of my favorite songs, but he wanted to do it a cappella.
A cappella.
Yeah. And he was so into it, like
Just him, no one else.
Just him. Bless his heart. He tried his heart out. But he ended up the night in the last song just trying to recruit the people in the actual audience around him to back him up. And the only one we all got was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
The song that
right.
everybody knows. So that was one of my favorite ones because it started off a little off because people weren't really sure what to deal with. But like that was because it actually showed the people in the crowd were willing to give him a chance, first of all. They sat through his set and listened. And by the end, we were all singing along with him. That's the kind of thing I like about open mic.
He turned it
He
around.
turned it completely around just by his enthusiasm and his presence, basically.
Presence is everything.
That
man.
guy he will never leave my mind. I'll already know that guy.
Did you ever see him after that one night?
It was a one-night thing. He never
Weird.
came back. I don't know why, but I wish he had because.
Yeah, I would like to see
After
this
that,
person.
like you got to come back and man up. Like everybody loved it.
Yeah, right. If I knew that there was somebody, you know, singing Queen or something, I'd join.
Yeah.
I'd go in.
We all know some Bohemian Rhapsody when we get to our certain parts. Maybe we might have to mumble some of the words, but we got most of
But
it.
everybody collectively knows the whole song.
Exactly.
And you have a show coming up at High Tops that's not an open mic. It's you featured at High Tops.
Yes. That's
Right?
coming up this weekend. It's going to be Saturday night. It's going to be amazing, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's 9 to 1. And past that one, I've got quite a few shows coming out, but I can certainly post those because I mean, this is my slower season, but I make sure I get at least 3 or 4 shows in every month, no matter what the month is. So
Awesome.
Like
Yeah,
what-
please let us know. Where can we find that?
you can find my postings and my videos and my pictures on my Facebook band page under KBR. You can just type in letters KBR on Facebook. It'll pop right up. My picture with me holding a nice little guitar. So
It's very easy to find.
super easy. I made it as easy as possible for people to find me.
And so you're gonna have some nice originals in that set, do you think?
Absolutely, absolutely,
All right,
man. Got
that's
to,
what I
got
like to
to.
hear, man. Because I'm really loving these originals that you've got tonight. What's this last song? I wish I could say that you could play all night, but unfortunately, we only have a limited amount of time.
It's all right. I saved the best one for last. This is my most recent song. The song's called This Town, and I wrote it about Baltimore. I realized I hadn't had a song. I wrote a song about Frostburg when I was there, but I've been here a little longer, and I realized that for all the shows that I've played, all the streets that I've gone down, all the venues that I've stepped into, I needed a song to commemorate that. So I wrote this song. It's called "This Town," about my travels through Baltimore.
Wonderful. Here's This Town for all of you Baltimoreans.
Oh yes. Settle in, watch me tour in and around this town. Wet my feet, living it up in and around this town. Had my share of living it up, so not at all surprised. Will not change, not willing at all to be your token man. We have come so far and shared it with the best of friends. Get your taste of Baltimore flavor in and around this town. I am searching for something in and around this town. Lights up, shows on, this is why we came here to get down. Erase all the days wrong, impressions that go through my mind. I am falling for this life, in an instant it's all gone. They may never know despite your confessions to my mind. Oh yeah, work all day to do it again, in and around this town. Pay it forward, stages abound, in and around this town. Oh yeah, can't afford to quit our jobs, rather wake up at 5. We pay the rent, maybe fill up the tank, grab a pack of smokes to dry. We would love to do our best under the harbor lights. Get your taste of Baltimore flavor in and around this town. I am searching for something in and around this town. Lights up, shows on, this is why we came here to get down. Erase all the days wrong, your confessions that go through my mind. I am falling for this life, in an instant it's all gone. They may never know despite your confessions to my mind. Lights up, shows on, this is why we came here to get down. Erase all the days wrong, your confessions that go through my mind. I am falling for this life, in an instant it's all gone. They may never know despite your confessions to my mind. Oh yeah, your confessions to my mind. Oh yeah.
Keiron, Brian, Raphael, everybody, aka KBR. Check him out around Baltimore. Check him out at High Tops, the Wednesday night open mic. Look at his Facebook page. Am I missing anything?
No, man, I appreciate you, Alex, and the whole team, guys. Thank you so much for everybody. You guys, this is amazing. Like, I actually wanted to say one more thing. Like, this is exactly what me and my friends have been talking about for years and years, sitting around the bars. Other musician friends of mine, oh, we got to do something in Baltimore to hype up local music. Like, people never play local music. Like, this is exactly what we were talking about all those years ago. Just a venue for us to celebrate what we do, and I can't say enough about appreciating this Mice in the Attic entire thing, man. I appreciate you guys.
We're happy to do it, man.
Absolutely.
We love it. We
keep
love
it going, please. Keep it going, please, please, please.
And the dogs even love it.
Yeah,
And the dogs
we got
love
some
it.
buddies here. This is fantastic.
All right, everybody.
He loves it.
There we go.
There she is. Oh, finally making noise. All right, everybody, thank you so much for another successful episode. Please remember to join us in 2 weeks on December 20th at 7 o'clock for a new performance by Ariella Joy.
Ooh, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's really
awesome.
is. It's going to be very good. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Good.
Woo!
Good job, man.
Man, that was wow.
Great.
That went quick.
It goes fast, doesn't it?
Man.